What's up, guys, and welcome back to another week of the midweek review. We're just looking at the recent sales on eBay of the mid-era. So if you guys are liking this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll kind of keep jumping in. But today I wanted to focus a little bit more on the XY era. And if you guys really love it, like I said, like and subscribe. We're going to keep trying to build. We've been getting some good views lately, and I'm just really trying to get my subscription count up. But it has been fun trying to build this community, and then I'll have a fun video coming up about my recent pickups when I was moving into a lot of the vintage market and getting out of modern. So, if we start out, we see some solid sales. Ooh, that price is great. So these XY evolutions, the Blastoise and Venusaur, the prices come down tremendously. It is a higher pop card from the XY era. They're both close to 10,000, but they display amazingly well. I am surprised that they are at this price because it is something that I would even be interested in. So getting these at under $300, I mean, if you get them both close to $500, maybe $550 after taxes, this is a great pickup. They display amazingly well, and then they represent the XY era pretty good. So when you look at these modern cards, when they're getting close to 20, 30,000 pop, just know that even these mid-era high pop cards are closer to 10,000. So I think that's getting to be a really good deal when it comes to these mid-era cards. Look at the price of even the Charizard Y. That's $530 now. It was sitting closer to the $600, $700. I think it had creeped up to $900. So getting this for $530 is an amazing deal. So you could have gotten a combination of all three for $1,000, which is close to what the price of just the Charizard was not even 6 months ago. So that's a good knockdown on price. This was one I was looking at, the Altaria. I think that was the only bid. I think that's a solid price when the person listed it. I think they just wanted to get a price they were comfortable with. But I just love the full art nature of this. It's a less pop card than, let's say, the Venusaur and Blastoise. That's why it costs a bit more. This XY Evolution Mewtwo displays well. Also, a lot of these XY cards display well. They're just a little bit higher pop if you get it from Evolutions. Most evolution cards don't grade too well, but the full art cards they grade a bit better. So adding this to your collection is not a bad move. I don't see any issue with it. I mean, it displays better to me than a lot of these modern cards that we have. It's a lower pop situation, so I think it's a bit safer. As you can see, the sales have been pretty consistent when it comes to the Blastoise and Venusaur from XY Evolutions. For people that like the waifu cards, this Skyla card is an amazing card to add to your collection for a pretty solid price. Getting that for $330 seems like pretty good when you see how much and Iona's already creeping up. These are a much lower pop card, so I do think that's a good move. Another one, so I will say the ones that are popping up on this feed are sold a little bit more frequently. So that's the thing with XY when it comes to the rare cards. You may not see it pop up for half a year on auction. You might be able to get it by now, but you're going to be paying a higher price due to that factor. This Gengar, it's been sitting around $380. It's come down a little bit to the $330 on this auction situation. Another great card on display. Looks good. For me, I was just kind of sitting away from these until they went down. I think they did get hyped up a bit because of the Mega Evolution line. If this card ever gets closer to the 200 range, I'd pick it up. I mean, I don't think it's a good chance that doesn't happen, and I'm not going to cry if it doesn't. I just really like this card. I'm not in a rush. It's not a priority for me since I'm trying to get more into the Wizard of the Coast era PSA 10s right now. But after I finish that up, I'm going to be just focused even more on the GX era, XY era, but I'll probably stay focused more so on the XY for now, and then just kind of keep working my way from there. But that's a great card to add to. Another good one is this Charizard EX. Getting that in the PSA 10 for $200, I think it's a good price. A little bit higher pop, but not crazy. Another good one. So we're gonna look at these two. This Gyarados, such an amazing card. Getting this for under $2,000, I think, is a steal. I think it's going to be considered the best Gyarados card that has been made, unless there's something amazing that comes out when they finally release a SIR Gyarados, but I highly doubt it'll reach the price of this because this includes a Greninja. Greninja's already underrated in itself, so this is to me, I mean, I don't like to speak too highly, but I don't see a world where this doesn't get to $5,000 one day. The gold border is such an underrated situation when it comes to Pokemon cards, so definitely one I would keep an eye on. I like any of these half-art Pokemon cards. As you can see, I put a bid on it. I was just trying to catch it if it went low. It went closer to the 220, 230 mark. Yeah, 220 mark. That's still a great price. I just didn't feel like buying it because I was focused more on the vintage cards right now. But displays well, looks amazing. The time is getting close to where we're not going to be able to pick up these XY cards in some more years. But as you can see, these evolution cards have just been sitting around that same price for a while. They are selling regularly because there are more of them. Here's another one, these gold border Eveltals. I think this one's close to $1,000 as well. It sold for $760. That's actually lower than I thought, so that's a good value buy. Features two pretty popular Pokemon. Eveltal gets forgotten a little bit just because time has passed when the XY, but it is another awesome card, great for the collection. This is an amazing Pikachu card. Promo, I don't really know the pop on this one, but it's another one that displays well. I mean, if this is pop under 500, if it's gemmed at 20% or lower, then I would say it's a pretty solid card, but I have to look a little bit more into that. I feel like it probably is a harder gem if people weren't grading like that during the XY era. So another nice one. Let's see if we can find anything a little bit more rare, but you can see the reoccurrence of the same one selling all the time. That's the $400 card in the semblance of the Umbreon. I think that's a solid buy as well. I love these XY cards. Steven, he's one of my favorite characters from the Pokemon anime and game, so I think that's a solid price. I'm surprised Lysandre went for higher than Steven. They both come from actual sets, Ancient Origins and Flash Fire, so they're not too different in what you can expect from pulling from a box or a pack. So I'm a little surprised there's a little bit of discrepancy in that price. $1,000 now for the reverse holo Charizard. It seemed like it's calmed down and found this middle ground, so that's another good sign. And seeing if there's anything that really stands out. I mean, a lot of these are more common that I've seen come up. This XY Giratina is pretty solid too. Oh wow, that went for a lot cheaper than I thought. There was one that just been for $200, so I thought that was the going price, but getting this for $90, I think that's the best price I've seen. Volcanion is not a very popular Pokemon, but I've always liked it because of the rarity to see a Pokemon that's water and fire. But that's a solid buy to me. I'll keep an eye out to see if another one goes up for auction to buy that. But it looks like that's what we have for the talking points today. Let me know what you guys think when it comes to all these cards. I think it's a great point that we're in when it comes to the Pokemon market, and it's a great time to buy. So thanks for hopping on, and I'll see you guys soon.